Welcome to the Executive Report on Age-Related Macular Degeneration (AMD) Therapeutics and Diagnostics 2025 to 2030, Market Landscape, Competitive Intelligence, and Asset Valuation. AMD is a leading cause of vision loss globally affecting over 200 million people. It mainly exists in two forms: dry AMD, non-neovascular, which until recently had no FDA-approved disease-modifying treatments, and wet AMD neovascular, predominantly treated with anti-VEGF biologics. Unmet needs in dry AMD and geographic atrophy exist. Key technology push and market pull drivers are propelling this industry. On the technology side, we're seeing the development of next-generation anti-VEGF therapies with longer durability and improved delivery systems like sustained release via implants, gene therapies targeting complement pathways, and retinal function restoration, complement inhibitors for dry AMD and geographic atrophy to slow disease progression, and advances in diagnostics like AI-powered OCT, hyperspectral imaging, and blood biomarkers for early detection. Market pull is driven by an aging global population, which expands the patient base, patient preference for less frequent intravitreal injections, and non-invasive diagnostics and regulatory incentives such as fast-track and breakthrough therapy designations. Additionally, payers are increasingly accepting high-cost gene therapies and sustained-release formulations. We've identified the top 5 global innovators and their products' due diligence. Regeneron Pharmaceuticals with Eylea, aflibercept, and Susvimo, their implantable port delivery system. Eylea is the gold standard anti-VEGF biologic for wet AMD with multiple indications including diabetic macular edema. Susvimo provides sustained release of Eylea, reducing injection frequency. Combined global sales in 2020 were approximately $9.8 billion United States dollars. Eylea faces patent expiry in the US between 2026 and 2028, and standard data exclusivity has already expired. However, Susvimo patents extend to 2034. In the EU, primary patents for Eylea extend to 2029 to 2031 through supplementary protection certificates. Value proposition: market leader with proven efficacy, broad label, and improved patient adherence through the implant system. Strong payer coverage and extensive clinical data support its dominant position. Novartis with 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪�ึ is a single-chain anti-VEGF antibody fragment approved in 2019 for wet AMD. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙𝗙 development. Sales for Beovu in 2020 were approximately $1.9 billion United States dollars. Both S patents are valid through 2031 in the US and have supplementary protection certificate extensions to 2033 in the EU. Standard data exclusivity ranges from 8 to 12 years depending on the jurisdiction. If approved, 𝗓𝗘𝗫𝗧'𝗦 will have exclusivity extending to approximately 2040 due to recent patents. Value proposition: smaller molecular size allowing for longer durability and fewer injections. Positioned as an alternative for patients with suboptimal response to other anti-VEGF therapies. Roche or Genentech with Lucentis ranibizumab and the Port Delivery System PDS. Lucentis was the first FDA-approved anti-VEGF for wet AMD approved in 2006. PDS is an implantable delivery system approved in 2021. Sales for Lucentis were around $3.5 billion in 2024. Lucentis core patents expired in the US by 2020, and the company is involved in ongoing litigation regarding certain formulations. Data exclusivity in the US expired in 2018. The US Food and Drug Administration has also granted priority review for a biosimilar. Lucentis sales are expected to decline due to biosimilar competition. PDS patents provide protection until 2032. Value proposition: established legacy product with extensive clinical use and global adoption. PDS aims to sustain revenue by offering a sustained delivery alternative amid biosimilar competition. Apellis Pharmaceuticals with 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙 FD-A approved complement C3 inhibitor for geographic atrophy secondary to dry AMD. Approved in early 2023, sales are estimated at $230 million in 2024, with strong growth potential. The company has filed multiple patents between 2019 and 2020 that are expected to expire around 2039. As the first disease-modifying treatment for dry AMD and geographic atrophy, it is positioned to capture a large unmet need and expand into earlier intervention. The company also expects 12 years of biologics exclusivity post-approval due to orphan drug designation and breakthrough therapy status. Value proposition: first disease-modifying treatment for dry AMD and geographic atrophy. The product offers a new treatment option for patients and has the potential to expand into earlier intervention. 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀𝗙𝗀 for geographic atrophy secondary to dry AMD. Sales were approximately $75 million in 2024. The company is developing 𝗪𝗪 combination therapies with anti-VEGF agents under clinical trials. Patents are valid through 2038 to 2040, ensuring long-term protection. Breakthrough therapy and orphan drug designations support exclusivity. Value proposition focuses on complement pathway inhibition and combination therapy potential. The company is also positioned to expand into various retinal diseases with a strong pipeline. And finally, we have diagnostics. The AMD diagnostics market is advancing, with OCT remaining the standard for diagnosis and progression monitoring. However, technological advances such as artificial intelligence-driven image analysis improve diagnostic accuracy and early detection. Emerging blood-based biomarkers, including complement proteins and lipids, offer non-invasive measures of disease activity. Regulatory clearances through FDA 510(k) and EU IVDR compliance are enabling market adoption. We've economically valued the top 5 companies forecast from 2025 to 2030. Regeneron with Eylea and Susvimo generated about $9.8 billion in sales in 2024 and are projected to exceed $13.5 billion by 2030. Novartis with Beovu and 𝗪𝗪𝗪 contributed around $1.9 billion in 2020 for sales and are expected to grow to $3.8 billion by 2030. Roche with Lucentis and PDS recorded $3.5 billion in sales in 2024, but are projected to decline to $2.2 billion by 2030 due to biosimilar competition. Apellis with Syfovre recorded $230 million in sales in 2024 and are expected to reach $1.8 billion by 2030. Finally, Iveric Bio with 𝗪𝗪 generated $75 million in 2024 and are projected to reach $700 million by 2030. In conclusion, this market presents significant opportunities for growth and innovation. The next 5 years will witness substantial growth driven by combination therapies, integrated diagnostics, and expanded treatment for dry AMD. These advancements promise to reshape the global AMD landscape and deliver better outcomes for patients. Thank you for watching this video.